Ways to identify monitoring spirits. 1. Monitoring spirits are not strangers. They're people you know. These spirits do not like you. They are driven by jealousy and envy. They act concerned, but they don't care about you. They do not have your best interest at heart. They want to know about you, but not care about you. They don't monitor to hear the good news. They're seeking out to hear the bad news. Monitoring spirits are very hot and cold. They're speaking one day, the next day they're not. Pay attention to what these spirits do, not what these spirits say. These spirits do not like, comment, share anything that you post on social media. And they will not unfriend you. And when you unfriend them, they will ask you why. They ask questions that make you feel uncomfortable. Girl, you guys, stay alert, stay vigilant, because the enemy is out to kill, steal, and destroy everything that God has put in place to bless you. The same way that God has his angels dispatched to protect us, Satan has his angels dispatched to harm us. I encourage you to get closer to God and grow your discernment, because we're living in a time where there are snakes slithering all around us. And we as the people of God need to know and identify what's of him and what's not.
So as somebody who used to practice magic and like sorcery and knew how to do certain types of rituals, read tarot cards, read crystal balls, read candle flames, channel spirits and dead people. I know it's freaky. Hold on. I thought I'd come and spill some information for you. I'm gonna explain why you should not be telling people your business. Like not your dreams, but literally like your business. Now, what a lot of people don't understand is there's certain things called monitoring spirits. Now, these are ways in which like you are monitored, of course it's in the name, but like your progression, what you're doing in life. And if you're going through like the purely magical route, of course, we can be looking at people using birds to like follow you, or different things like that. But what I want to talk primarily about is the fact that people who are not completely submitted unto God, who like still do sinful things or they don't believe or whatever, those people are highly susceptible and able to be manipulated by demons. Okay? So if somebody who's practicing magic, right, um is working with a specific spirit or specific demon and they want information on you, they can literally tell that spirit or that demon, whatever, like, I want to know this, or just inquire about it. Now, that spirit can go to any person who is closest to you who is not protected. Now you're talking to, oh, that looks good. Now you're talking to people and you're like, oh my gosh, and my baby daddy did this. Or I don't know, you're like, oh my gosh, I got this new project. Like you're just spilling your beans and your beef. If that person, yeah, is not prayed up, is not stayed up, is not in God, then that information actually went to a spirit. This is why it's very, very important for you to be praying. And even when you're praying, I know not everybody can, but begin to ask the Lord to help you to speak in tongues, because even demons can listen to your prayers. So sometimes, like, you'll pray for something, or you'll pray for like a man or a woman or whatever, and they'll come into your life. But surprise, they turn out to be a demon. Like they turn out to be a horrible person. It's because that prayer was used and manipulated to try and trap you or lure you into something that really wasn't for you. Be very careful, because very evil people are using people around you and are using your own inability to close your mouth against you.
You have to have a strong discernment to know the people that you choose to be a part of your life. You have people that are in your life that will come in your life just to monitor you. Those type of people house monitoring spirits. Monitoring spirits are spirits that come in and they get the information they need from you and they pray against you. They're never excited about your promotions. They're never excited about anything that's good happening in your life. Every time you share something with them that God has done for you, they will either interrupt you or pretend like they are so excited and so happy for you. But deep down inside, they praying against you. They don't even like you. They don't even care for you. And don't be surprised who these people in your life are. It could be a very close family member. It could be someone that's so close and dear to your heart that you look to. Make sure that your discernment is sharpened, that you have a strong prayer life, and that the Lord is showing you the people that is around your life to make sure that they're there to help carry you to your destiny, or they're there to trip you up. I hope and pray that this encouraging message was a blessing to you. God bless you.
I had to go put on a shirt because I realized that this is what God get me up out of the bed for. He was revealing. And I realized sometime when I get up and I start to record, God started to reveal things to me. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I blocked this person, and that is when the bug started to wander around in the altar and in my business room. This is how you identify monitoring spirit. You have friends and you have people in your life who are just watching. They're not speaking. They are just watching. And if they do speak, it's never to ask you how you are doing. It's never to give you advice, but it is to ask you questions. It is to see where you are in life with things that you are not speaking about. It is to monitor your day-to-day activities, what you are thinking and not saying. I'm trying to put into words everything that the Holy Spirit is revealing to me. Like, be careful. Actually, it's the second video. You see, I welcome back the person in my life. And after that, I felt like I usually filter everything I do through God after I realize that it's better that way. I filter things that I do through God first before I do it. I realized that I welcome the person back in my life without asking God. And after I welcomed the person back in my life, I went on my knees and I prayed, and I was like, God, I know that this girl is a nice person, but there's something about her, Lord. What is it? Reveal it to me. And God showed me a video about monitoring spirit. Today it's been it's been on my spirit, like, I find myself blocking them from certain posts, and I don't like to do these things, but I have to do it because I feel like this person is monitoring me, and I'm like, I don't have time to be blocking and unblocking I might just have to block or delete you again. You understand? And then I come up on the next video speaking about monitoring spirit, and God is trying to reveal to me that this person is monitoring. We need to learn to let certain people go. Like, people that are not contributing to our lives, let them go. If people are not teaching you, advising you, or uplifting you, especially with God in the midst of it, let them go. They are not sent by God. They are not supposed to be a part of your journey. Sometimes we just keep people around for keeping people around sake, and that is not enough. We are entertaining the enemy and we are giving them access to us. We are opening pathways with the enemies because we have unnecessary people in our lives. This person that I'm talking about, this person doesn't do anything for me. They're not like a major or important person in my life, but I find it hard to let them go and just block them because she's a nice person. It's just that the enemy is using her. And I kid you not, I go to bed every night and I pray for her. I pray that she can be free from the enemy, and I pray that whatever that the enemy is looking for in me, God will just blind them, make them way slippery. Like, I'm just here thinking about everything, and I'm no longer going to be delusional about it. The enemy is using this individual. I've gotten dreams about this individual, and I still try to be in denial about it because of the type of because of where she is in my life, I don't want it to seem like, because like I said, people don't see spiritually. I don't want it to seem like more than what it is, and they won't understand if I explain it to them. But guys, be mindful of monitoring spirits. Be mindful of monitoring spirits. They are trying to keep track of your progress. They're trying to keep track of your life. They're trying to keep track of the things that they want to attack. They want to know where you are mentally, physically, and emotionally as it relates to the things that they are interested in. I try my best. Whenever I'm speaking to her, I try my best not to tell her when I'm going through problems in my relationship, because I know that that's what the enemy operating through her wants to hear. You understand? And I try not to tell her as it relates to future plans with me and my husband. I try not to speak about it because I know that she is not interested in these things. It is the enemy that is using her. Guys, sometimes, like Ephesians 6 verse 12, I'm going to correct it if I'm wrong. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but powers from higher principalities. Like, we are fighting with people operating through the darkest parts of the world, like the spiritual realm, the physical realm. It is more than the physical. It is more than flesh and blood. There are things happening in the spiritual realm that you cannot see. Guys, I'm always telling you, fast. It opens your eyes to the spiritual realm. Whenever you are reading the Bible, whenever you're praying, ask God to let you see things spiritually. I'm just in wow of how this world is. How the enemy can just use genuine people, because I'm not lying. I know that she's a genuine person. I feel it in my spirit that she's a good person, but I also feel it in my spirit that there's a spirit operating through her that wants to hurt me, that wants to monitor me. I don't want anybody but God monitoring me. If anybody outside of God is monitoring you, it is not for your best interest. It is not for your best interest. It is to go against what it is that God is doing for you. Be careful what you share with people. Be careful of people who want you to just speak and speak and speak, and they never have anything to say about their life or themselves. Be careful about people who you express things to and they disregard most of what you are saying. Like, when I talk to this girl, I don't, especially since I got to God, I don't gossip. I try my best not to gossip. I am not perfect. But now, like, sometimes my friend them text me some tea and I'm like, God forgive me. And I try to deflect, so I just change the topic. But whenever I'm speaking to this girl and I'm expressing some things to her, she chooses what to acknowledge. And she only acknowledges things that she needs information on. And when she gets the information on it, she has nothing more to say, because guess what? She got what she wanted, and it was information. Not to give you advice. Not to tell you, not to add to it, not to take from it, but just to hear and give to the enemy do the job that the enemy gave her to do, basically. And that's my problem. When I trust you and I feel like I like you, I speak too much. But that doesn't mean that you're good for me. That doesn't mean that they're good. But hey, I'm going to close off and I'm going to pray. Guys, take my advice. Ask God to give you the gift of discernment. Ask God to reveal things to you. Ask for revelations daily. Ask God to give you wisdom and knowledge, understanding. Wisdom and knowledge are two different things. Ask God for everything. Ask and it shall be given. Be careful who you share things with. Be careful who you allow in your space. Be careful. Ever since, even when I was pregnant, I used to tell my husband I don't want nobody at the house. Before I was so spiritual, I always know that I looked at life differently before I didn't have wisdom and I didn't have knowledge. But when I came to God, I received it. And I realized that God has been protecting me all my life with the gifts that he gave me. He has been protecting me all my life. Listen, be careful of monitoring spirit. Be careful of monitoring spirit. Be careful of monitoring spirit. May God's peace be with you. God bless you. Pray for them. Pray for what's happening.